everyone, and welcome to your week. This is going to be your weekly energy forecast, and we're going to do it as a collective reading for this week. Okay, we're going to be working for this week of the 28th through the beginning of November here. We go to, I believe, the 4th of November. So let's take it little by little. Breathe. Okay, I know the energy has been intense. We're starting with this new moon in Scorpio that just took place last night at 11:38 p.m. for many of us in the United States and Puerto Rico, where I am. So what does this all mean? I mean, it's been intense because we have all this energy going on in the sign of Scorpio. Okay, so we start this week with the new moon energy, and we also have the opposition of the sun to Uranus. Okay, so what does that mean? The sun is us. Okay, it's the I, the me, and Uranus is about change. What happens with the sun being in Scorpio is that very deep transformational energy, and Uranus wants the change. So it's like, how do I desire to change very deeply with something that it's changing whether I want it or not? Okay, because it's a change in the actual material world when it comes to Uranus, and Uranus is in the sign of Taurus. So anyway, if I'm not making myself clear, I'll definitely get some messages here from the tarot and see what is going on for this week for everyone as a collective. So let's see what we need to observe this week for everyone. Okay, so I think I was holding these upside down, but really I'm just going to take it the way that it came out. So the Six of Wands in the reverse. This is a card that is very much about victory and being seen and being recognized, okay? But when it's in the reverse, we talk about something that is not being seen, is not being recognized, and maybe that feeling that we want to be recognized, we want to be appreciated, okay? So this could be what that Six of Wands in the reverse is trying to tell us, okay? Let's see what else comes up. So we need to observe that need for attention, okay? Let's see what else comes up for this week. Taking it from the 28th through the 4th of November. And we have the Magician in the reverse. So the Magician in the reverse is about this having all the tools that we need available to us, but when it's in the reverse, it's different. It's us giving that power away or feeling powerless in a situation. So there could be this need to be seen and to be heard, and we can't find exactly the way to express that or the way to make that happen, okay? And when the Magician comes up, it's a card about manifesting a desire, something that we envision, bringing it to the material. And this is what I'm speaking of this week with the sun opposing Uranus, okay? There's something that is changing, and the changes are pretty much looking like they're beyond our control, okay? Let's see what else comes up. And this is for everyone. The Eight of Swords and the Page of Swords. So the Eight of Swords is this feeling of being trapped in your own mental prison, okay? This is you feeling overwhelmed by your own thoughts, okay? Feeling like you can't see the way ahead. This feeling that you're stuck, and you're not stuck. This is a card that talks about the feeling of hopelessness and lack of power that we may feel in a certain situation. Like I was saying, there are some changes that could be going on, and we're trying to really reach out here, reach within us very deeply, and kind of figure out where is it that we are seeking this attention, okay, and that we're not having the power to manifest this, and we're feeling stuck maybe in this way of thinking. I mean, this is the illusion of fear when the Eight of Swords shows up. It's overthinking. It's going around and around in the same situation in circles, okay? And it's like you feel like your hands are tied. You feel like you can't see the way ahead, but really it's just an illusion. It's lies that the ego tries to play with us sometimes, okay? It's those little tricks. Now, with the Page of Swords, there is this sort of illumination that happens here. The Page of Swords is a communicator, but it's also that spirit of curiosity. So it's needing more information in order to see the way ahead, okay? So let's see what else shows up. I usually like to take 5 cards for the week. Let's see what it's going to be. Not too many. And this is a reading for all of us as a collective. Take what resonates. Don't try to fit yourself into a story. This is just the energy that is available for us this week. So we may be feeling like we're not being seen, we're not being heard. We could be feeling powerless in a situation, maybe even stuck, but we're not. This is what I'm letting you know. There is some sort of information that comes in, some sort of study or communication, or I don't know, something comes in a way that it illuminates the situation. It sheds light upon it, okay? Now we have the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, and this is a card that usually talks about commitment, legacy, our finances, our sense of stability, our wealth, family, okay? Structures that have to do with marriage. You could feel like things are a little bit on the downside right now. But what is this really trying to tell us? It could be telling us that we need to recommit to ourselves and that which makes us feel seen, heard, appreciated. Okay, now let's look at the bottom of the deck. We have the High Priestess. This is that energy of that new moon intensity, that connecting to our spiritual nature. Okay, this Eight of Swords is really key when it comes to this message, because it's not about overthinking a situation. It's taking everything. Oh my God, and I just got like a huge realization here, which I think that many of us are going to be facing, which is Mercury going retrograde on the 31st. So for those of you that know what this is about, Mercury rules the mind. So our mind quiets down in this time where Mercury is in shadow. Okay, so what happens with that? The mind shuts down, and we need to filter things through the heart's lens. So this is why this High Priestess is coming up as an overall energy. We need to connect to that voice within us. We need to connect to our heart desires. We need to quiet that mind a little bit. Be in stillness. Find moments to meditate. Find those times where we can listen to that voice within us. Not the one that is nagging us and, you know, making us feel fearful. It's that voice that wants the best for us, okay? It's that your own inner guidance. You know, when you come into a room and you feel like there's something that is just not right, you could be spending time with people that you know don't resonate with you just when you're in places that, you know, people are doing things that they don't go with the way that you feel. Something is telling you, remove yourself from that situation. This is that inner voice. That's that inner guidance, that compass that we all have within us. Okay, so this week is looking like we are all feeling like we want to be appreciated. We want to be seen. I mean, doesn't a person that is appreciated or feels in that way, seen and heard, go so much more further? I mean, I don't know, we all need that validation as humans, but what this week's reading is telling us is that even though we are living this human experience, we are spirit. We are living between the spiritual and the physical world, okay? So it's about connecting to that spirit within us and really filtering everything through that inner knowing, okay? Really following that guidance, being more curious about where that leads us, because this Ten of Pentacles in the reverse could be saying that things are feeling a little bit shaky, a little bit unstable. You know, your commitments are being tested. You're spending way too much money. You might want to like really look at your finances this week. Also, with this Page of Swords and this Ten of Pentacles, I feel like you could have somebody spying on you, seeking information about you. This could be a spouse or a loved one or somebody that you work with very closely, that you're partnered with, and that has to do with business, okay? This is legacy. This is, this is what you build in the long term, okay? That's why it's also related to marriages and commitments and all of that. But anyway, my loves, I hope that this reading served you. I know that it's a little bit all over the place, but this is the energy that is available for us. We need to go within. We need to connect to our spiritual side as well. Do not ignore the signs. Do not ignore the things that you've been feeling intuitively, okay? You can trust that your guidance is divine. Okay, we are all created equal in reflection of God and Source. Okay, so you are that as well. So I love you all. Have a wonderful week. Happy Halloween to all of those who celebrated, and love ya.